All right, thank you very much, and a warm welcome to everyone that is here present. Welcome to the press conference of the I Am Barhama album launch, which is set to take place on the 23rd October at Cube City, courtesy of the great Golden Voice, someone who has contributed immensely towards the development of our music industry, someone who has been continuously blessing us with tracks, with videos, with innovation and creativity. So we gathered here today to give you much more sufficient information on about the program that is coming to take place at Cube City. And before we go into the press conference proper, I would like to introduce some of the prominent people that are here with me who will be making our various deliberations before the question and answer session. I would like to as well present a very huge welcoming and appreciation of the press from all the media houses here present. Thank you so much for answering to the call, and thank you so much for being prepared to disseminate the information for this very important program. So I'll first introduce, of course, Mr. Bakari Songo, the National Programs Coordinator of Peace Hub the Gambia, who is part of the technical support team for the album launch. After him, we have Mr. Jibu M. Sedi, the production manager for this very important program. So since the last is reserved for the best, I will skip that and I will introduce Sticky B, one of the most prominent and recognized promoters that we have in the country. And from him we have Master Fo, who is basically leading the team, the press team as far as this press conference is concerned. So without wasting any time, I would introduce Mr. Jibu M. Sedi to tell us what the program, what the album launch is all going to be about, the logistics involved, the security apparatus involved, and everything that has to do with what you know regarding the program. So, Mr. Sedi, the mic is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this press briefing of I Am Barhama, the album. As you rightly mentioned, over the years, it's not just this year, but precisely sometimes 2 years, the idea was harbored that there should be a concert, there should be an album, and there should be something to be given back from Barhama himself to the music lovers and the community of the Gambia. Because Nubarite Barhama, when we say Barhama, I mean the ladies will say the golden voice. And even some of us, the men, would say, of course, the golden voice, because Barhama had been that household name and that household person to all of us. So when this year came, the idea was also launched that we would work towards an album. Now, after having the songs, an idea of producing what type of songs you want to bring, the biggest thought is what the name of the album would be like. And luckily enough, from Barhama's mindset, we have a title called I Am Barhama. Now, I Am Barhama, some of you would say, Lan Mota ni am an album, and we're calling it I Am Barhama. Basically, we just want to tell you that you could be anyone, but Suneke Jamarek, you've represented everyone. That is why we try to conceptualize the title itself, I Am Barhama, and we are able to reach out to the hearts and minds of Gambians that I Am Barhama represents peace. I Am Barhama means peace. So when we started the project and everything until today, we have been advocating for peace and to ensure that peace is the highlight of our production. And as of today, you realize some of the speakers on this high table here include Peace Hub the Gambia, to whom Barhama is a brand ambassador. What does that tell you? It tells you that the album is not even moving an inch. We are still on track and we are promoting peace. Again, this year 2021 will be an election year, as Gambians are fully aware. And we want to promote peace. The album has already spoke for itself, that I Am Barhama is peace. Today in our hashtag and all our promotional items, we say I Am Barhama because then Buga represent Jama, then Buga represent Jim Kanam, then Buga represent Gambia. So that is why we have chosen also a Gambian venue for all of you, and a venue, of course, that is suitable to all of us for an album launching. We said we're going to put it at Q City. And we chose a date, perhaps convenient to all of us, towards election, at least a month to election, which is on the 23rd of this month, October. Now, You ask logistics. I mean, we are rehearsing with one of the finest bands in the country. We don't want to produce an amateur show. We want to ensure that whatever we're bringing on the stage is of class. Someone asked, what is different from any other album launching to yours? We said because we are Barhama. We are Barhama is just a difference from any other album launching in this country. Some of the promoters in this table will tell you they've attended a lot of album launchings, and in the crowd a lot of people have promoted and produced a lot of album launching. But when you come on the 23rd, you will realize that it is one of its kind because it is a Barhama concert. And the album is of peace, and the album is called I Am Barhama. You ask again, how are we in terms of security? And we are peace. So you cannot come to our event and find crime. It's not possible. We have Peace of the Gambia. Their color is white. You cannot come to our event and have something else. You all know Barhama. One of the most, someone would say, one of the most coolest artists in the country. Award should be given to Barhama every year. And I'm sure you, the media, will agree with me. Because Bai is down to everyone. Bai is connected to everyone. Whatever is associated to Barhama has been peace throughout our journey. And has been peace throughout his career as an artist. So that is why we use the opportunity today to talk to the media and brief you as to how we want to do it. We would launch the album on the 23rd, and our tickets would be advanced. As you've seen, we're promoting $200 before the event. And of course, $400, as cheap as it is, the media would say no, but of course, $400 would be at the event itself, and $1,500 for people like Dollar who are VIPs would obviously go for $1,500. And we have dozens of those types that want to go for the $1,500 ticket. So basically, the idea to put it out there, the idea to make sure you, the powerful team, that is the media house, to send the message across that if we launch the album, inshallah, we would launch it. We want you to know that we are not going to relent in just launching an album. We are going to continue our promotion of peace in this country. And the Peace of the Gambia would emphasize on that. Because their brand ambassador, Barhama, is launching I Am Barhama. So they are one of the biggest in this. They will tell you that even after the launching, we would continue to spread peace. Because I think the UNESCO would say, since war began in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defense of peace must be constructed. So we would continue to construct the defense of peace. And when you look at Barhama, it's your best defense. When you look at the team we're working with, it's your best defense. So therefore, we would want to make sure that the public out there is fully informed of our album launching. Every logistic you might think of is in place. And not to also forget, the biggest names in Gambian music will perform. Think of anybody, if you call the name, I'll tell you they're gonna perform. So the biggest name in Gambian music will perform on that day at the Q City. Do not be anywhere on that day. Be at Q City. And we want to ensure that we start on time. Production is all about time. That is why we're gonna maintain our time, start on time, finish on time. For some of you who want to go and do after party, we will allow you to do your after party. So it's a Saturday for you to come, launch the album with us, and then do your activity. But ensure that when you're coming there, have something in you that represents peace. So make a white outfit or white something, under a dress or outfit, because you're jamming your word that day, and we want to ensure we look at peace. And we would surprise a lot of people on that day with our usual surprises as a team, and we'll work towards that. So I think basically, this is just the information we want to also share from our part in the production area. The colleagues on the high table will share the other related information as well. So media houses, we thank you again for coming, and thank you for leaving your time to always share our information and be with us as partners in national development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jim MC. That was a very fantastic deliberation, and I must say, with that, everyone is so sufficiently so about everything that's going to take place on that day. Put back to what correct, put in the possible footage. I am Barhama, you female boy, Manai Jama, the cinema Manai Jama, do emotional, we didn't know about. The 100 before December. lépp lu nga xamante ni ñu koy def dafa war a nuyu ak jàmm te Barhama moom nee na man du ma nekk artiste rek ci ko foofu la def musique bu nga xamante ni moo ma nekk wala dama def musique bu nga xamante ne jël xol yi boole leen jël xel yi soppi leen mais soo leen comme képp ku nga xamante ne nii Gambien nga xam ne ñu ngi jublu élection bi waaye jàmm na si war a séntu balaa élection bi ba si élection bi après élection bi so loolu bokk na si li nga xamante ne nii ñu ngi seen bu baax a baax si programme bi incha allah te comme lu ko jiwu waxee après programme bi dinañ ko mënul dinañ make sure ne comme bis peace campaign moom ne moo war a am dina xam ne incha allah ñu dugal si loolu yi dugal si dëkk yi waxtaan ak ñu xam ne comme affaire bi jàll moom tax so like I was saying, we have the National Programs Coordinator of Peace Corps, under whose institution Barhama is serving as the Youth Voice Ambassador. So we have on board as well to talk to us about specifically the peace aspect of the program and how much deliver peace will be developed in your people. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Barhama Sonko.
Thank you. Good evening to the press. I am Barhama, my very good brother and colleague in the work that we all do. My name is Bakari Sonko and I work with the Peace Hub the Gambia. Just to say a little bit about Peace Hub the Gambia. Peace Hub the Gambia is a youth-led social cohesion organization that works to promote the participation of young people and women in peace building process. The organization started as a result of my participation together with my co-founder under the Peace Building Institute under Never Again Rwanda, where we were taken through peace building and genocide studies. So when we returned from that fellowship, we decided to come up with something. And as part of that is to see that young people and women in the Gambia actively take part to promote peace. So over the years, last year, when we formed this organization, we thought of coming up with something new, something innovative. And how do we do that? We knew that there is someone. We know that there is someone that fully represents peace, someone that we can work with. His attitude and his leadership and his composure exactly talks about peace and defines peace itself. Then before, myself and Barhama had a very good relationship. But him becoming the Youth Voices Ambassador for Peace of the Gambia strengthened it more. And then that is why this album, Peace Hub, saw itself, we see ourselves in this album to see that we support him fully. To talk about the aftermath of the peace aspect of the album launch, there is already a plan. We're waiting for the album to pass. We are going on what we call the Vulnerable Voices outreach. We are going to each region of the country to ensure that we spread this message. It's not only about those in the combat. Peace is paramount. It's a shared responsibility. Each and every one of us has a responsibility. Whether you're a media person, a business person, sport, whatsoever you are, or whosoever you are, you need to take part in promoting peace. So this is not only about being a peace advocate, it's not about being an artist, it's a shared responsibility. But if things would go some otherwise, it is also going to be affected. Whether we know it or not, this is what we need to do in order to ensure peace. So since Peace of the Gambia works with the UN Peace Building Fund, we work with UNDP and UNFPA the Gambia. We deem it necessary to see that I Am Barhama is fully represented and I Am Barhama is fully supported to see that the aim, the objective and the desire that we have to promote peace everywhere is fully realized. That is why through our partners we're able to see that I Am Barhama is supported. And then it's important also we highlight the role that Barhama is playing. Barhama he has been in the front line of promoting peace since before coming as the Youth Voices Ambassador. But in order to coordinate efforts, that is why as we work with the UN Security Council resolutions, it's important that we try to work in line with how the world goes. That is why we came up with these Youth Voices. And since Barhama became the Youth Voices Ambassador, he produced a song that we are currently encouraging everyone to listen to and do a challenge so that you can win yourself a free ticket. We are giving away 50 tickets. The only requirement is for you to do a challenge, a short video of yourself promoting peace for us, and then you will get yourself a ticket for the I Am Barhama show. Once you do it, you can send it to Barhama and Barhama will get you the ticket for free. So basically, this is what is our stand. And then we are not only stopping at the album launch. We are going to to the nook and cranny of this country, and we also reach out to each and every person to ensure that this message that we are all spreading, this shared responsibility, we play our part in what we say. It is important, like Jibu said, UNESCO made it very clear that since wars begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defense of peace must be constructed. And peace on earth will slowly grow if beautiful love is fully shared. And then that is the love that we are sharing. We are going to have fun. But the most overall goal of everything that we are doing is to ensure that Gambians go to the polls and we go there peacefully. Not to remind us of anything. We've seen what had happened in 2016, and literally we did not hear gunshots or see gunshots, but we have seen how threatening everyone was. And then if you go to other countries, we've seen electoral violence in Kenya and how it has happened. So this album launch is set to remind Gambians that irrespective of everything that we do, there is only one thing that we all come back to, that is being Gambian. And that is why all of us are supporting this. That is why our partners are supporting this to ensure that we promote the peace and unity that we all desire. Thank you very much.
This is someone that, even from a young age, I've really fancied and loved. Like, he does a kind of music that always get me on my foot. But after meeting Barhama, you come to know that this young man here actually has more than you even see from the outside. You know, Barhama is a whole embodiment of what peace is, and it doesn't matter where you come from or who you are, so long as you have a private interaction with him, or even if you see him from a distance, you will know that he's a man of peace. And also keeping in mind how experienced this man is when it comes to advocacy. He has done a lot of videos and songs on peace-related issues and issues that actually affect society. I think one of the most prominent has been, that very beautiful song he did on gender-based violence. He did another on FGM, etc. So he's done a series of works regarding advocacy issues, and he has given a lot to the community, a lot to the country. I think it is only right then that when it is time for us to come together and make the change, we also give back the same amount of support, in fact, more support than any other person can think of. So on the day of this program, we all want QCD to be filled up because someone has called, not just an ordinary artist. We're talking about one of the best artists this country has ever produced. Before you know how great Barhama is, have an interaction with someone from overseas, let's say, and the person had an opportunity to listen to him. Like, everyone outside believes that he's bigger than what people think he is, and that is the whole truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so much honored, to be honest, to invite, of course, the man of the show, the reason why we are gathered here today, and the reason why we gathered on the 23rd October, inshallah, the reason why we actually understand that as an artist, there is more to what you do than just entertaining people. So all of that revolves around this great man here, Barhama Cham. I am Barhama. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome this very important, impactful, change-making, inspiration, and motivational artist. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, music has been something that I love since I was a little boy. But I was I'm brought up in a family whereby they don't easily accept children music simply because they're not genius and things like that. So at the initial stage, it was really hard for me to convince my people, to convince my parents, especially my father, that music is what I want to do, because he has always been prioritizing education over music. So his words were like, okay, if you want to do music, you have to concentrate on education, make education actually number one priority. After that, you can keep doing the music that you want to do. So I did my schooling, but before graduating, I started writing my songs and then just creating different sounds just to find a kind of sound that can preach to the people out there. But one thing that I realized was I want to do music. Do I want to do it like how everybody's doing it? Or do I want to do this thing for a reason? So those were questions that I've been asking myself. And then in order to find answers, I've been visiting different veterans. Most of them I would just go to their houses. The whole day they will play music. I would just listen to them and go back home. That was enough for me. But as I visit different veterans, I tend to learn something, which is like being a musician, having the voice alone, that's not everything. Because if you are blessed with a voice, the question is, what do you use the voice for? And music is that powerful tool that can change, whether it be positive or negative. So when I decided to choose music and be a musician, my thing is like using music as a tool of change on a positive side, as a service of humanity, not just for the glitz and glamour. That's why Barhama is totally different from so many of my colleagues. You understand? Then since I started the journey, it has been really hard. It has been really hard going up and down, trying to structure myself more of to be a better musician, not just the one with a nice voice, but the one that can talk to the people and they will appreciate, the one that can dress good and the people will appreciate. Because to be a complete musician, it takes a lot, not just concentrated on one side, which is the voice and things like that. So I've been trying to bring different packages together just to make sure that this package, when it's ready, anywhere in the world that I present this thing, it's going to be something that people are going to love it. And that's what we have been doing. And thanks to God, this year, or year before last, when we get to our tour in Sweden, we have the idea that we have to do something. We have to release an album. And the question was, what should this album stand for? Do I want to release an album simply because my peers are releasing an album? Or do I want to do shows simply because everyone is doing it? Do I want to follow the hype? That's not what I want to do. I want to stand for something different. Despite people are, doing music for this side, doing music for that side, but I'm represent something, and that is what the peace in me, the advocacy in me, the humbleness in me, and things like that. I say that if I have to release an album, there are certain things that this album should represent, and peace being one of it. You understand? Because now, if we are here today, if every one of us is here today, it's because of we are in a peaceful environment. The fact that we are having a concert is because of the Gambia is peaceful. And then as musicians, as public figures, it's always our right and our responsibility to make sure that the people that are listening to us, we feed them with the right messages through our songs. Because before, people used to listen to the vibe and get educated from the sound. But now generation is changing up to an extent that most of us are just, see music from the entertainment side, not just education. And music will be nicer if at all it's education combined with entertainment. You understand? I think those kind of music will be the kind of music that will forever be around. So that's who Barhama is, and that's what Barhama represents. So today we are here on the high table to talk to the media, to talk to the people wherever you are, that I Barhama is happening on the 23rd of October, right, at live at Q City, and everybody is invited. This is a night of peace, and to stand for peace is everyone's responsibility. So that night, we want everybody to come. We'll feed you with the vibe. You understand? We will feed you with the inspiration, and then we also feed you with education about peace and how we should stand by that peace. Because I believe I am Barhama, but you are Barhama, we are Barhama, everybody is Barhama, because Barhama stands for peace, and peace is in everybody. Whether it might be sleeping sometimes, but we just want to make sure that day will help each and every one of us to awaken it if at all we were sleeping. So that's it. And then this day, it's possible because of the people that are supporting it. And I would, we would close this press conference without saying thank you to all the sponsors. You understand? All the sponsors, because really, if you look at the, people have really supported this event. You understand? And then I will start with GRA, which is the Gambia Reform Authority. They have really supported this thing, and then I'm saying a big thanks to them. Then to QCell Gambia, you understand, Mohammed and the whole team, they really supported this one. And then going to GCCI, thanks so much. EM Holdings, thanks so much for the support. You understand, National Center for Arts and Culture, of course. ñooy ndey ñëpp anybody ki nga xam ne mu ngi yëngatu si affaire de art si Gambia comme naa ne ñoo la jur ñoo la jaboote. So I'm saying a big thanks to them and then of course to Red Cross because through Red Cross let's discover this talent that we're doing today. So I won't xam nga anything bi nga xam ne dañ ko def tey foog naa ne through Red Cross la dooree xam nga mën a ji bu sant yàlla tey suñu demee ba xamante ba di toogandoo di liggéeyandoo Red Cross la ak ñeneen ak ñeneen ak ñeneen so Red Cross jàppale si bu baax teg si to my people to ñi nga xam ne nii they are in the country now new but they are ready to take over which is E-Zone understand nga mu nekk online shipping and shopping company ñi nga xam ne nii seen proche baa fi nekk sax ak time goes on dinañ gën a gis more of their liggéey and then to the big guys which is UNFPA the Gambia jàppale ci trop because comme nu ko Bakary waxee rek which is the moo nekk small boss bi nga xam ne nii moo nekk Peace of the Gambia ñi nga xam ne we working through ñoom at the work that we have been doing when it comes to peace and then making sure that the message is up, is heard by the people out there. UNFPA in Gambia ñëw with their full support towards I Am Barhama the album. The leen wax ne today we are launching this album, the Advocacy for Peace. But di leen wax ne everybody out there, not ne man maa am the voice, man maa war a talk about peace. ñun ñëpp am nañ responsibility to stand for. ñun ñëpp am nañ responsibility to talk about. ñun ñëpp am nañ responsibility to dance for, to shout about, understand and everything nga xam ne nii peace war na fa mën a dooree. So jàmm ji na dooree si kër yi, understand nga si boori añ ñu génne ko si mbedd yi si campé bi ñu génne ñu dem ak jàmm ji si school bi, understand nga because suma jàmm mooy sa jàmm te sa jàmm morom mooy suma jàmm so it's better for us to give peace to one another, understand nga because Gambia we are being called the smiling coast of Africa for a reason. So not to keep you guys here, not work from here till tomorrow. Okay, I mean, you understand? Come no go ahead, because fee plus lañ defee press conference bi. Te képp ku dugg fii rek di nga xam ne dugg ko place bu different. Dalu dégga. Okay, fii mooy it's called Black Magic Cafe. Black Magic Cafe place bu bees la te boobu waatal na leen ne place bi daal képp ki nga xam ne dugg nga fi once di fi dugg a duggaat. The way the place is, you understand, the way seen work si ñu mel environment bi ñu ngi toog ñu ngala xam nga fan yaa ngi ubba te si biti lañ nekk si waroon dugg si biir na xaw ma naka la mu demee so understand nga so Black Magic Cafe la nit kaara the whole team we are saying thanks so much appreciating everything and then di tànn suma team bi ñi nga xam ne nii ñu ngi liggéey ak man because lu nice la yëpp soo leen ko gisee Barhama kenn la si rek but guy ñu ne lu yëngu lu ko yëgal ko ëpp doole Barhama is just that guy bi nga xam ne nii lu nekk si gannaaw mooy bagage because dañ dee wax ne power but power is not the thing but the force around power mooy the big deal so man if I'm powerful today it's because of my team it's because of the fans it's because of the media and everybody ki nga xam ne one way or the other yaa ngi jàpp si lu ma def so ñeneen ñi nag ñi nga xam ne ñu si biti compagnie si nga xam ne ñëwaguñ sax still now you know check it si university now bi ko delloo you know we'll appreciate the support still so di wax gars yi ne jël leen di toog dajee waaye pare moom nga xam naa gars yi ne ci gën a wax but thanks so much for everything.
jërëjëf waay programme bi du programme bi Barhama sa rek programme bi suñu programme la képp koo xamante ne ni support nga programme bi rek xamal ne sa bopp nga nekk di support and at the same time tamit yaa ngi support Gambian si because at the end of the day si amee peaceful elections ñun ñëpp ay bànneexu si peace boobu comme ni ko waxee soo gisee ñu teew fii nii tey ñëpp ñoo toog de mën a déglu because jaamale di am so nee na sama jaama boobu noonu bu baax a baax ba pare di leen fàtte soo leen jógee fii ngeen ñëwaat ana ay nit jàkkaarloo ak Black Magic Cafe bi ak lépp lu nga xamante ne dina ko soxla si wàllum lekk kii naan ak waxtaan waaw so léegi nag parce que xam ne press conference la fu ñu am question dans sa saison so dina roll out mic si ñi nga xamante ñu jógee si presse bi lépp lu nga xamante ne bu ngeen ko laaj ngeen laaj ko si any language yeah so for the sake of those that understand English more I want to first of all say thank you very much to Barhama for a wonderful dedication. Like I said, this day belongs to all of us. Anyone else?
Okay, naming the album after the bringer of peace, which is Barhama, because Barhama represents the bringer of peace. And then after choosing music as my occupation, doing music for quite a while, I realized that if I should release my first album, it should be something that reminds the people of how nice peace is. Because even through creating music, I should have peace in myself first before having the chance to do the kind of music that I'm doing. So it's always right for me to remind the people how important it is for us to be peaceful. You understand? And then to create peace in everything that we do. So that's the reason why we named this album after the bringer of peace. And then that's how it is. When it comes to how people are reacting to this thing, my Barhama statement has never been, some chaga thing, you understand?
Of course.
And yeah, and then it's been quite a while. I've been going to so many shows, but I have never staged a show as Barhama. So this is gonna be that night when everybody will have a full package of what I've been working on and what exactly I stand for. So it's gonna be a night, it's gonna be a great night in South Africa.
Thank you.
She has a follow-up question.
Is this a debut album? Like, this is the first time when you're launching an album? And would you kindly tell us how many songs it's gonna be?
Yeah, this is the first time I'm launching an album because I was in a group called the Kennedy Family. I'm still in a group called the Kennedy Family, but at the moment we are not together. We are in Senegal, so I'm here. So I've been on the solo career for 2 to 3 years. So we've done an EP together, but we have never released an album. So this is the first album of my career. So that's why it means a lot to me. You understand? It means a lot to me. And then the second thing is like how many songs? Hopefully, inshallah, we will have 10 songs plus one bonus. 10 songs plus one bonus. And every song in the album is going to be a hit by the grace of God.
I will say that I have no question, that all my questions have been answered, but I have, like he said, the security should be inside because it's I and Barham, they are peace, so there will be no crime. I know that you cannot assure that there will be no crime because Ghanaians is not powerful. They're like, understand. So I want to know how strong your security is because you feel that your party will be very calm, others will be worried about it. And then they have to be before the show ends because there's no more to before you touch their door, something like that. I want to know how strong your security is.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for that good question, Maria. Well, my name is PQP Promotion. As you all know, I'm used to most of you, the journalists. Like, concerning about the securities, I can assure you this event is going to be a different event from all other concerts. Like, his first priority is the security. And as we are speaking, we are bringing the PIU officers, we are bringing private gymnasts, we are also bringing the anti-crime. And I want to make this very clear, if you are coming with a vehicle, no vehicle is entering inside QCD. And in fact, at that red road, all vehicles are parking around the Nawek area. No vehicle is allowed to enter inside. Even the journalists that are coming, your vehicles are not allowed inside. Because last time we have this problem. When the crowd, when we have too much of people outside, it's always difficult. The setup that we are doing for this event is different from any other setup. So we want the people to have easy access to the game. So if you are coming to this show, you can park outside. And this is why we are bringing the anti-crime to secure outside. So they will be there to patrol for those who are stealing and then breaking the vehicles as well. Yeah.
Use the mic.
Do you guys want to do something like this around here or whatever? What was stopping you guys from doing something like this, like launching an album?
Oh, like Barhama said in his presentation, nothing was actually stopping us. Perhaps Corona was. I said a few years ago, like precisely a year or two ago, we harbored the idea to work on a solo album, like you said. It used to be Kennedy Family. The rest of them are in Senegal, Ba is here. So to do a solo album right now, which is working on, the idea was Harvard. Now we decided to launch it. When you look at sometime last year and the year before last, it's an idea roughly, and then we were challenged with coronavirus. So having to stage a program of that caliber, we don't want Corona to be the exception there. But basically, when it was launched properly towards this year, beginning of the year, we felt okay, fine. This year was a suitable time to launch the album, but nothing was actually stopping us precisely. Perhaps I would say Allah wanted to be now, so it's now.
I think it's becoming the right event at the right time.
Yes, I am saying something with that. And my question goes to Graham. What will be your next agenda after your event? I am Graham.
Yeah, as my guy earlier said, this is just the beginning of something, you understand? Because we are on a journey to make sure that we spread peace all over, and then launching this album is just going to be one phase, and after launching the album, obviously going throughout the country, just to make sure that this message get to everyone out there. That's the next project that we will work on. Okay, good. This album, and then even this night, is that night when we try to use music actually to change the mindset of so many young people. Not just coming to a concert and then be entertainment from starting to end and go on like that, without any inspiration, without any education. So this night, it's that night when we want to use our music, our voice, to remind our fellow young people how important it is for us to stand by the peace of our country, for us to be peaceful to our fellow brothers and sisters, for us to be peaceful for the smiling folks, you understand? Because politics, elections will come and go, but the peace is here to stay. So, before the election, during the election, and after the election, we should remind one another how important it is for us to prepare ourselves to protect the peace that we owe, that we are part of. So that's the impact that we want to make sure happen, so it gets to the mindset of every young people coming to the soul.
Okay, Steve, I am Mariam. So coming back to the first impact in the album. How many collaborations do you have?
The album, I don't have much collabs. The reason why is Barhama have been doing so many collabs. Up to an extent, some people say that Barhama now collaborate with me, understand? Because I'm not so people anything yet, you know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot of things in the camera, see background. So this album, I just have two collabs, understand? I mean, one of them, more than one song that I really is not going to go with Oh Boy, and the other one is going to be a secret.
Surprise.
Okay, firstly, on the night which is coming, you know that happens everyone's family. I used to go and used to go to every family concert, even if it's on the big opportunity that you go. So we are expecting so many artists on that night. I think the time is limited. So, and we are also expecting young artists to come coming. I always appreciate them. They know from very early in their classes. And then after they do when you do a city, it's a backstage, it's a problem. And for their core, it's a big problem. What about this?
Okay, for that one, I guys will talk about that.
Okay, I always have a problem with you and backstage, you, Mariam. First of all, I'll make this very clear to the journalists. You know, when you are coming to a white event, you need to set up 2 hours or an hour before you kick off, before the show starts. When the show is starting by 9 o'clock, you have to be on board by 7 o'clock latest. If you're coming with a video that contains cameras, you have to go how you get inside, set up, then you move on. You understand? Now, coming to the other side, you know, we didn't even acoustic, and then we have this problem with a whole lot of artists. You're gonna come to our show and come with thousands of people, a battalion, you understand? Your favorite artist is doing anything else. Some of these artists will not even post your flyer to support you. I can say this, Baham is the only artist that I've been seeing promoting other artists. So 100%. That one I can confirm it, and some of you can confirm. As you rightly said, and anyone who invites you for this event, he must have it, no matter how difficult it is. There was a show I attended, he was not feeling okay. I saw this brother, he said, but I will try to perform. I was like, this boy really okay. Who will invite me to so I'm sick, and you are not paying me, I come and perform this to give you back and I will not do it. So that is love, you understand? So the artists that are coming to perform, if you don't come early, when it's time for them to perform, we will close all performance. Even Bob Marley fall down is not going to perform. Unless and until the artists that you have collaborated, maybe you want to have you want to mix up the performance, they will allow them. But other than that, if artists don't perform before 2 a.m., you are not going to perform. We gonna just you want to make these changes. You understand? Backstage is always improving. And for the upcoming artists, if you perform, the only upcoming artists are performing each one track. That's just a pass through. But one is giving them that opportunity. You understand? So if you perform one track, leave the stage, leave the backstage, and continue the show. As an upcoming artist, the main artist, you will give the opportunity to have interview with the journalists and so on backstage. When you perform, if perhaps is coming on stage, you want to clear the backstage. You don't want to go to the center. Because this is his thing, and think he needs to be given that respect also to do this thing. So let's try and understand each other as well. Because when you are doing your event, when perhaps perform, you leave your stage and go and enter your event. If you perform, you feel like going home, no problem. I think that point is also there. I also want to talk about one thing, that is the ticket inside. We close it down, all tickets at the day of the event at 2015. The reason why we are doing this, sometimes we have some boys who sell 4 tickets at the very day of the event. And trust me, like on Saturday will be something different, because if they caught anyone selling tickets, even if you are from Brahma's team selling your advance ticket outside, let's say the game is 400, the advance is 200, and you sell it in 300 or 250, you will cut you and you take it from you. And this is the information that we are giving to the security. And I want the team also to make it very strictly for those who are selling their tickets. Because some people come to the show and say, I bought a ticket. The people who are selling advance tickets and the ticket is full. So the security is also, this cause problems at the gate. So this goes to the general public. If you are buying tickets early as well. So don't come to the gate and see the boys selling tickets outside and you want to buy it. You might buy the wrong ticket.
So, I'm not saying this because he's here, but in our work we promote what is called an underground artist, considering how we all started. We tried to launch an event back in the years called Classic. Classic was a show called Classic Gets to Demba. On that show we said, every performing artist that will pass by will be an underground artist. Any other big artist that find no fair ticket to enjoy. And that is how Classic used to be. And a lot of people are here will attest to that. Some of our underground artists, we have a problem with them when it comes to the issue of timing. When you ask to perform on time and you want to shine, come and find your shine. Don't wait until, that ST that struggled to be there already at platinum had already come here, you want to shine with him on the same platform. Privileges are different. Dollar will tell you, when you come to me backstage, I tell you something when this more. Ask him. Sometimes we are there and they will be like, no, Kalemo Amelis, when you come to me, my final stage, I tell you no, don't perform. So don't perform. So next time when you're given the privilege to perform, you respect it. That is what gets you to the next stage in music. An artist, every walk of life have ethics. Even music, even journalism have an ethic. That's why they will tell you go and study the ethics of journalism. So you cannot expect me to come and teach artists and say, show banging you, why can't you a day long teaching of show time in the new. So then you can follow the how I follow the talk. We cannot do that. We expect them to know better. But we want to respect. We want to respect the fact that we will promote what they do and uplift their music. But we want them to respect what they do as well. I hope we are understanding. It's nothing personal to their music, but we would uplift them at the right time that they show up. And if they respect our procedures, as my colleague said, we'll work on that strictly. This is production. We want to ensure we work towards that.
It's not Gambian time. So if you're an upcoming artist and you come there at 10, you can just go back and sit and enjoy the program. It's gonna be a higher level. Yeah, so we're gonna take the last question and then we'll do the closing remarks.
Yes, so what is it? Half of the solution
Massive.
Together. It's gotta be big.
We want to say it together. Massive.
Yeah,
It's
gotta
big.
be- It's already big, man.
So
Inshallah.
QC is gonna be filled up, inshallah. So if you don't come early, you don't have a space to start. So make sure you come early, yeah? So yeah, so to all the journalists that are here, we want to say a very big thank you to you, and as well all the attendants of this wonderful program. Okay, okay. So we reach the last question.
More or less like from artists. Going back to this response, I have about and then it comes over. You said you're selling a how about is there any possibilities of someone buying the SAs at $200? Sometimes I really listen for what you do.
Well, I don't think Barham have deal with anyone pertaining to that. We only have tickets available at the page that is from the team. Anyone who is selling tickets, $200 to get that amount, maybe it's a 4 tickets. Just let me know because no one has bought like 1,000 tickets or 500 tickets that you want to resell. And if you want to resell it, you will not going to resell it for $300. You might resell it at the same price that we are selling it. And if you are doing that, you will not give you the price of $200, you will give you the $300 if you want to do that. So we have the information, but I have never seen it. People are doing it though, but for me personally, I don't accept it because normally people play the games on that. So just go to the game and get your ticket. That's my advice. If you don't have your advance ticket, go to the gate and get. If you don't get any ticket from the gate, then you might get the wrong ticket.
Yeah, to emphasize on that, please keep in mind always that the ticket colors are always different. The advance ticket colors and the gate ticket colors are going to be different. So if you decide to, involve yourself in forgery, then it will be easy to detect it, and it is criminal, so you can be taken to court. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm coming, Glory. Glory, can you see how excited I am for that category? So them from you, Chabahal Nyaman len lu nga xamanteni mo ngena sentu inshallah si bes ba so the golden voice la ever ready suñu nelaw sa ngay ngana ko kay wuy dafa so ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Barhama mu ñewal ñu la amal bes mo wuro ci waaw ci walu
Well, where should I start from? So, you know what I mean? Let's go. Ilakuwa walete nyama Nyinkano bimbenkono afela kata Ilakano walete nyama Nyinkano bimbenkono afela kata Kambolini namasamso Kanselenu namasamso Ya na bilang belenda no temo na mo si Kakala faya siniyo kuya se kumboni nole Kakala faya siniyo kuya se kumboni no kano kamunya mandire kano kamunya mandire mujama bisini jalula kano de onya mande no bisini kampama kano de onya sini Badim fulor besaka kane kamkole yatinari Wole yatinari Wole yatinari Wole yatinari Wah ini ya Apa kita lagi? Ini nak apa buat? Dia ni ikut semua ni masalah. Deglulen ni. Mana? Aye, namalena sabarinan. Kula jinga jingo baik ko nando. Nena ya? Ya, kamu mata kamu banyak kamu. Kumaga wahul dugo sumaya sa. Kuna misi nangay nelaw. Kaya wala tere. Kuko khamne khanayu. Kun nagsumaya dem nana. Sumalaki ay dem nana. Sumabay dem na ton. Sumalaki bay dem na ton. Khale ya jangi nay. Minano rotina. Sumaliki yatuna. Sumaliki yatuna.
Okay, one last. No, I need Facebook Live. Facebook deletes my live because it's not copyright. No, Emma.
No, bala malini.
Media last, one last. That's the best chance for the media.
Last one be to say another big thanks to my sponsors. I have to say it again. Thanks to GRE, thanks to QCell Gambia, thanks to GCCI, thanks to EM Holdings, thanks to EZO, thanks to National Center for Arts and Culture, thanks to Red Cross, and thanks to the big UNFPA. Thanks to the big UNFPA. Lagi pa rin yan, ha? Di mo niya gaya ba?
No, but media, the people say best chance.
Wali pakai buka pakai jual last main ini. Ya bansi.
Jangan mabok.
Mana? Ya ibu di semua korak semua yaram. Ya mata kane kendanan. Lepulu mangam yang mau keluar. Ya semua sang yaram. Cedag ame jiko yaram. Refek pemeli malaikat di manera luar. Kon jongo mai, tewai kemakane. Jongo mai bayo. Yorek ci jongo mai tewai. Sumagi suma jongo mai. Da family fe barbo mandan. Mansa kamu maklina kalat sere. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Barhama.
The phones, guys.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that would mark the end of this wonderful press conference. Comme ni ko Wolof Njaay di waxee rek, inshallah ñu dajee sa penc ma on the 23rd ñu rajee foofu noonu